I'm Ralph Eubanks, and I'm the author of The House at the End of the Road, story of race, identity, and memory. And the story of race and identity is the story of my grandparents, who married around 1914 in South Alabama, and their marriage was illegal, something that I really didn't know about as a child, that their marriage was illegal. I didn't even know that my grandfather was white. I really started The House at the End of the Road from a photograph. And this photograph of my grandfather remained in a closet when I was growing up. The picture could never hang in my house because you couldn't claim kinship with a white person in the American South in the 50s and 60s. So when I grew up, my mother gave me this picture of my grandfather, I think in an attempt to get me to figure out exactly who he was. So The House at the End of the Road is trying to figure out who the man in the photograph really is, and I think more important, who the woman is who should be sitting beside him, my grandmother. I had to go through oral histories. I had to go through courthouse records, land records, anything that I could find to piece together their life, to really come up with a picture that would sit beside my grandfather's picture, at least in my memory, something that I really couldn't construct physically, but I wanted to put in my memory, and I wanted to put it in the minds of my children who identify as multiracial, trying to give them a sense of what the multiracial past was like, to look to see what type of lessons we should be taking from the multiracial past and the present and taking into the future, as well as things from the past that we really don't want to take into the future. Today in the United States, we have a growing multiracial population. And with that growing multiracial population, we are constantly using the term post-racial to describe the situation that we are in our current culture. But the term post-racial really connotes that we've actually had this discussion about race and identity and American culture, and we really have not had that discussion yet. And I want The House at the End of the Road to be one of those tools in having that discussion, and for readers to be able to talk about this issue of race and identity together.